Hello Twin Flames, welcome to my channel and welcome to your energy update. This is going to be a classic read, so we'll look into divine feminine and divine masculine energy, see what specific question do we need to know about to answer at this point in time in the journey. And we'll also see how each of the twins is looking at the connection, what their thoughts are towards each other. Today at the end I will actually, while we're figuring out what the thoughts are, for that question I will use my new oracle deck. It's called the Lover's Oracle. This was a gift from one of my clients and it's an interesting deck. I have a tarot deck of the same person as well. I think her nickname is Spirit of Infusion 1111. If you want to check it out for yourself. But the oracle cards are basically just messages between the lovers. So that's what we're gonna do. We'll get a message between the twins, what they would like to share with each other, or at least where their thoughts are right now. Those, by the way, are not the same thing. Sometimes I differentiate between those questions, and a couple of times I got questions like, what difference does it make? Like, there's a very big difference in terms of like, what are your real thoughts, right? What's really going on? What's on your mind? Versus what are you willing to say to another person? What would you like to share right now, right? I mean, ideally, we should aim towards synchronicity between the two, right? At the very least. But let's be honest, in real world, it doesn't happen that way all the time. And moreover, when we speak to the person, sometimes we present a message in a way that will make sense for their context, you know, for how close we feel with them. So it's not necessarily that it has a malicious intent of like, you know, I'm gonna deceive you, I'm gonna lead you on, I'm gonna hide something from you. It's more like, okay, what can I say out of like all these things that are going on in my head and everything that's going on in my life? What can I actually talk about to this person? We will begin with a quick oracle message. I know we haven't done these readings for a while, so I decided to go with it. It's been a bumpy ride for me. I mean, probably partly because of Mercury retrograde, partly because I'm on the precipice of starting a new chapter. And yeah, it's been just a lot going on. So I did delay my usual schedule with the horoscopes. And now that I'm done, I'm gonna be back to doing more tarot. Of course, I'm gonna continue doing, we have new moon coming up, just days away. That's gonna be new moon in Pisces. I'll be doing a separate special reading for it and messages for each zodiac sign. We'll have spring equinox in about 10 days, 12 days. I lost count of numbers and dates. There will be a separate reading for that, and we'll continue with more regular updates for the twins. I'm also considering switching to just feminine masculine versus twin flame specific, because I don't cover twin flame specific journey as much anymore. But let me know, guys, what you think, and we'll take it from there. All right, so for the feminines, you've got the wandering path card for yourself. Enjoy the journey. Yeah, I want this reading to be fairly quick, so I'm not gonna stay too much on these, but take it in, see what does it mean, where maybe you're trying to rush things, whether it's with your DM or somewhere else in life where you want answers, you want clarity, you want the solution. The spirit is saying don't rush things at this point. You will benefit more from savoring the experience and showing more curiosity, trust in the process too. For the masculines, we have the Mystic Healer card. Healing energy flows through you, right? There is a real opportunity right now to bring in more healing into your life, or to approach a situation from a more healed version of yourself. So if you know for yourself that you have a certain pattern of reacting to the events, you know, when triggers come in, then maybe take a deep breath at this moment and see how you can approach it in a more healed version of yourself. And it's okay to take a break to get to that version of yourself if you feel like you're still getting triggered, right? If you can be aware of that trigger and your emotional response to it, and take that time to make a more informed decision, right? Or to behave in a wiser way, I don't know, more mindful way. That's already huge progress. There's so many people that are unable to do that. They just fall victim to their emotions and fall, I don't know, a slave to their emotions, I guess you can say. It's not that easy. And not even just saying it to shame anyone who feels like they're still in that bucket. But I'm just saying that it's not easy at all. All right, let's see what we have as the main read. So I've got this oracle card. I've got the tarot card, the tarot deck of the same person. I'll probably do the next tarot twin flame reading with the other one. And I'm also gonna get another oracle deck and another tarot deck in the next week or so. So stick with the channel for some new cards and new inspiration for me. I'll try out some new spreads as well. I think I have a few thoughts on what I want to do, maybe switch it up a little bit. So yeah, new stuff coming in. Anyway, let's proceed. Bottom of the deck, the Justice. Yeah, you know what? There's a lot of karmic rebalancing happening at this time. And I feel like in terms of justice and those scales and reaching balance, spring equinox is really bringing in that balance, because that's essentially when the daytime and the nighttime are the same. They're equal, right? We're having this equal experience of the light and the darkness. And it's a very interesting feeling energetically of, you know, being more objective to what the situation is, one or the other, because remember that we are the ones who are labeling it as good or bad, as happy or sad. And this allows us to see it in a more well-rounded way, I would say. The Fool, yeah. And trust, if anything, trust that balance, that karmic becoming and karmic reciprocity is coming in, the law of karma, right? That things come to neutrality. So if you feel like you've been getting, I don't know, into bad situations lately, feel a little bit like, you know, I don't deserve this, why is this happening to me? Just know that there is definitely, if there is that deep down, there will be an up, right? That ebb and flow. If you're going through an ebb, there will be a flow. There will be a reward also for how you handle those karmic situations that you find challenging, upsetting, disappointing. With all that said, for the feminines, the energy is Two of Cups clarified by Page of Cups. So you might feel extra sensitive right now. It's still in Mercury retrograde for another 10 days or so, maybe a week actually. But more than anything, it's important to embrace the embrace that sensitivity and sensuality at this point. Some of you may also go back into some of the childhood memories, either because you'll be spending time with children now at this age, in this form, and it will bring up some of your own stories, or it's just reminiscing. You know, again, Two of Cups is about connection and, you know, emotional intimacy with someone else. Maybe that person will also bring it out, or you will be encouraged to tell some of your stories during that process of getting closer to that person and being more vulnerable, right? And it's part of the wandering path. So what I'm saying is you may feel unsafe, insecure for a moment, you know, because it's a vulnerable spot, because you don't want anybody to take advantage of this information, right? And that's natural, it's our instinct. But remember that it also allows for you to process anything unhealed that stays with you until this time. Wow, and we have another Fool here. So for the masculines, the energy is the Fool clarified by Knight of Cups. Look at all this emotions and sensitivity that's in the air for both twins, really. So for the masculines, they do have a lot of emotions. They don't know where it's gonna get them. Because they haven't been in this space before, and it's partly towards the feminine, partly just generally of how deeply they're feeling everything these days, right? It's unsettling. It's not something that they're used to. It's even hard to admit out loud, right? And the task here, Divine Masculines, if you're watching, is really to embrace that, to fly with it, see what happens, right? Hold yourself in that space. Note what comes up for you. Journal about it, right? It's going to be a lot of that, more of that feminine energy, and we all have both, by the way, right? And that sensitivity that also reminds you, what does it mean to show up in life with an open heart, not just an open mind, hopefully, right, with the Fool card, but also an open heart. And it's really necessary right now, not just for other people around you, but primarily for yourself, so that you are taking next steps and you're making decisions on where to go next, with an open heart. So this sensitivity and sensuality is highly beneficial. What else do we need to know about the journey at this time? Page of Pentacles, clarified by the star. So the twins are zoning in on what to do to get closer to the mission and purpose, or what it is for them. What connects the gifts and potential for abundance, right? How do we find it? How do we decide what the next step is? Because some people know the bigger picture, but they don't know where to start. Some people understand, or they are being given signs what the next step is, but they have no idea how is this going to become a light worker mission. Even more so, how it will connect them with their divine counterpart. So for the feminines, the message is Ace of Cups clarified by Four of Pentacles. Yeah, so whatever I was just saying about the open heart for the masculines, this is a similar message for the feminines. A bit different cards, but essentially that's what it is. It is important to stop judging and stop being closed off from a situation, thinking that that you're protecting yourself, right? Or sometimes, of course, we don't even think about it, but we do it subconsciously. But the task is to consciously open up your heart, to consciously make effort to be more vulnerable and to feel through all the feelings and emotions that come up. Do not throw them away, do not push them away, because they are also guiding you towards your mission and purpose. For the masculines, we have Five of Wands clarified by Seven of Swords. Wow, nasty cards. So for the masculines, a lot is going on in their 3D environment. Things that are pushing them a certain way. Divine masculines, you don't have to follow somebody else's lead. You don't need to do what your friends, your neighbors, your family, an influence on Instagram is doing to become successful in your life, or to really find your purpose and calling, right? Stop trying to copy what others are doing, or being jealous about it, or being pulled away from what you set your eyes on just because something looks attractive on paper, right? Or based on videos that you see from other people. This is almost like a test from the universe. Are you willing to take it? Are you going to pass the test, or are you going to repeat the karmic cycle? It's up to you. But if you want progress, you know what to do. All right, so let's get a message from this oracle deck from feminines to masculines, first of all. What is that message from the heart? During this time apart, I have done a lot of self-reflecting and recognize how deep our connection is. Yeah, and I feel like this Two of Cups, Page of Cups, really, oh, there you go, extra lighting. It's a sign too, like ta-da, moment of enlightenment. This energy that I was talking about at the beginning actually very much feeds into this message, because the more you're becoming vulnerable and you open your heart, the more you recognize, what's between the lines or behind the appearances, right? And it starts to make more sense of why this connection feels important, or why you seem to be maybe obsessed to a certain degree, right? Or it's very hard to let go of this person, or even like take a break temporarily. Message from the masculines to feminines at this time. I have abandonment issues and have been let down by every single person I've allowed to get close to me. I've already spoken about it. This is just a confirmation from what I was talking about at the beginning. Masculines, that's exactly the growth path, you know, to be able, no matter what, to be able to continue healing and opening up your heart and being hopeful. Look at this Fool card, look at this Knight of Cups card. Being hopeful that, you know, when you meet your true love, or even somebody who you can connect to on that heart level, that person will not let you down, right? That not necessarily not let you down, right? Because that's also, I feel like perception of that is part of the journey, of the healing journey, and that's where I'm being corrected right now. But you know how they say that you cannot say the wrong thing to the right person. So if it's the right person, whether it's your divine feminine or the close friend or another type of intimate connection, that you will be able to be yourself and not worry too much that this person will take advantage of you, they will somehow let you down or leave you in the moment when you rely on them the most, right? And this also brings up the question of how do you become self-sufficient energetically and emotionally, so you don't necessarily lean into other people, but also stay open-hearted to be able to connect with them on a deeper level. That's the art, right? And that's the question. But anyway, this is the message towards divine feminine, that, you know, there are some trust issues, vulnerability issues, and that's why it's been hard for the masculines to let the feminines in for real. And you know what I'm gonna add to this? When we have very strong feelings towards someone, it becomes even scarier to do something like that, right? Like if that person is gonna do the same, is gonna leave me behind, is gonna, I don't know, let me down, whatever that means for each person could be different. Like that would be devastating, right? And our psyche knows that, and our psyche protects us from that. Okay, I'm gonna leave it here. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys. I love you all. Don't forget to like the video. If you're new, subscribe to the channel. And of course, check out the March horoscopes. They're all out now. And until next time, bye.